It all started at the dance. Barbie, the famous teenage fashion model doll by Mattel, felt that this was to be a special night. And then it happened. She met Ken.
In 1961, Mattel produced Ken, Barbie's boyfriend. Well, if you saw my 1961 video, you know that already. The flock-tear Ken was only issued for the first year and came with either a red knit swimsuit or a red cotton broadcloth swimsuit with a striped red and white beach jacket. Early illustrations showed Ken in a black and white striped swimsuit like Barbie's, but these were never marketed. I believe a yellow terry cloth towel also came with both issues. Both came with cork sandals with red vinyl straps. The doll came in either brunette or blonde, and his face was rather angular. There was a brownette Ken that was issued to certain department stores in the United States. The differences are, of course, the hair color and a crescent moon shape in the eye, whereas the usual Ken simply had a white dot. The box also came in 2 issues as well. You can see the difference in the graphics here. Both the illustration of Ken's face is different and his outfit's coloring, as well as Barbie's clothing, are quite differently stylized. Ken really was an accessory for Barbie. I would deem Ken as relentlessly unhip. Yes, he was a full-fledged doll with his own wardrobe and eventually his own cases, but I don't think any child back then was exclusively collecting Ken. Well, perhaps some boys might have been given Ken in the early 60s, and that may have helped overcome some of the stigma of boys having dolls. But Ken really was Barbie's accessory. His first year had 9 ensembles, and I won't say too much by saying a lot of these aren't really the most exciting. They're nice, and as Ken would evolve, the outfits would become more complex. And there are a few on this collection that I really do like. So let's crack on.
Well, he's not very tall, but he's not too short. He's just right now. And with his sandy blonde hair and his great big smile. Oh, what a sight now. 'Cause he's such a doll. He's a doll, he's a living doll. He's so gorgeous. He's a living doll. What a doll.
The first year featured 2 bedtime sets. It was the sleeper set, brown and white striped cotton pajamas in broadcloth, simply tailored as evidenced by the collar and the lapel pocket detail. And it included the ubiquitous glass of milk, the alarm clock, and a cinnamon bun. I guess Ken didn't hear that old adage about not eating before you go to bed. This set you'd see in a few years, but in blue and white. And as I mentioned blue, Terry Togg's was a cerulean terry cloth robe with matching belt and slippers, with a K emblazoned on the hip pocket. There were a multitude of accessories with this one: a yellow bath towel, razor with cord, black comb, that glass of milk, and a pair of white underwear. Missing is the blue sponge, which is incredibly hard to find and quite honestly isn't that interesting. It tends to disintegrate over time. In training, essential but not exceptional from a time when Vic Tanny's was the only gym in town. Ribbed collar, white cotton undershirt, red polka dot gym shorts, and a pair of weights, probably no more than 5 pounds or 2 kilos, and a book on how to build muscles. Like a lot of these early outfits, this is really seen a lot in childhood collections. The print shirt is nice, but the rest of the outfit I would define as dorky. I don't know. Basic yellow shorts and the first appearance of the vinyl shoes, which would be used a lot through Ken's first 7 years. What I will give this is Mattel is showing its attention to detail in adding a lapel pocket on the shirt, but most importantly, the ribbing at the top of the socks. Just a small detail, but it does make a difference. Again, not a hard-to-find outfit. I will say these t-shirts are incredibly hard to put on a doll. I don't know how a child did this back in the day. This one in training, I had to take the arms off to put them on. Nice outfit, but the inclusion of the logo keys really makes it exceptional. Very hard to find item. Also, the striped socks are unique to this outfit. In 1964, this outfit would be reissued with the shirt matching the socks. Fun at college. Here's another one I had to take the arms off the doll to put the sweater on. I think this one's actually quite nice. The letter U isn't attached to the sweater, but is a felt letter that just sort of sits on it. If you look at the 360, that's not the same sweater. It's a clone that I like the colors of. 64, this too would be issued, but instead of a U, it would be issued with a M. Okay, and now we're getting into things that I really like. The tailoring on this jacket is quite wonderful, and that shirt pattern has been seen before, but what makes this one is a straw hat with the flower and strap detail. Any of these straw items are hard to find in pristine condition.
His personality plus it makes him twice as neat as all the other guys.
In the early years, Mattel issued several suits for Ken, and I think none are nicer than Saturday Date. Really very fine tailoring. The right choice of gray fabric, sharp in every detail. Do note that the elastic on the tie is frequently worn out. The white shirt would appear frequently throughout Ken's first year as well. And lastly, we have the show-stopping tuxedo. I really like this one. Again, the tailoring is just impeccable for a 12-inch doll. This doesn't necessarily scream groom, but in most cases that's what it's perceived to be. Burgundy cummerbund and bow tie complete the look, and of course a corsage for Barbie. The best outfit in Ken's first year, and it would last until 1965. Well, that's Ken in his first year. I'll be back shortly with Ken in his 1962 outfits. Only 3 there, but I'll do a bonus reel on rare and hard-to-find accessories. Here's the honeys to take us out.
He's such a dog, he's a dog, he's